All right, we are live. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday, February 13th. Saturday the 13th? It's like Friday the 13th, only made by, the Asylum. Although you probably wouldn't notice the difference in quality. And how is the weather over here? Oh dear, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for those of you living in more, shall we say, northernly climes, well, too bad for you, but, oh no, I pity thee. But anyway, north aside, it is really fucking cold. It is, like, super goddamn cold. That guy sounded Russian. Like, right now, it is 30 degrees outside. It is insane. It's like, Texas, for those who think that, like, Texas is, like, you know, always hot or some kind of desert, that's not really the case. Even the desert part of Texas is like -7 right now. And it does snow in Texas. What's really funny is, I actually recorded a snow vlog way back in 2008. It never actually ended up on the channel, but I still have the footage of it snowing in Texas. It's like, bet you never thought it would snow in Texas. 'Cause yeah, it can snow, and does. Well, okay, I say and does. It has snowed a grand total of 3 times in my lifetime. One time when I was a kid, and then twice as an adult now. So much for global warming, am I right? And hello, Daniel Leland. Washington State, no! Watch out for the Antifas. Oh, dearie me, ladies and gentlemen. Snowing aside, right now, I am busy trying to find a video game to play. Unfortunately, Wolfenstein here is the video game I want to play, and I'm busy doing a live stream on it because I want a first-person shooter where I just shoot crap, and this is it. Instead, I'm gonna have to replay another Raven Software game, and that is, of course, Singularity. I already did a review of that many, many years ago, but it's a good game. It's not as good as this, but it's still worth playing. It's definitely more, as I like to say these days, bro than this game is. This is definitely not a bro game. This is like a real game, just with, you know, regenerative health, which is annoying, but whatever. What was our quest here? Travel downtown! Yes, downtown. Oh, hey dudes. Maybe you guys should deploy those, stocks. You could hit things, but, well, I guess you're not... I guess you like to be hip with the tactical kids, the tactibros. Let's see. PS3 has been rushed to the hospital for... Oh my good god. That thing was real? So that Gorilla Glue thing, I've seen some of those things pop up in my recommended. Speaking of which, something popped up in my recommended earlier today. That was actually helpful and not something that was horrible, that made me want to gouge out my own eyes. The thing I found was how to easily make paper cartridges for black powder revolvers. How can he shoot through his shield but I can't? Where are you, busted? But yeah, making paper cartridges for black powder revolvers is not that difficult. It's like, literally, you just use cigarette paper. Roll your own, man! But drinking Gorilla Glue, my god. It's like, how do these people even, like, survive? It's like, seriously. It's like, do people just have, like, the IQ of, like, -2 or something at this point? It's like, my good god. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna drink this super Gorilla Glue that, like, is extremely adhesive. And at least he didn't use Gorilla ammunitions. That's a thing. Not that he could find any. They make some, well, even before the ammo gimmick, those goddamn Gorilla 223 were not cheap. Mandalorian, oh yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. And hello, Corey Cox. Keltec P50. The P50 looks interesting. The 5.7 caliber is cool enough, I guess. But honestly, it's one of those things that it's just a modern day black gun. I don't really care too much about it. speaking of firearms, I did pick up a 1858 Remington brass frame, so that was cool. I'm surprised I was even able to find one of those things, but I managed it. There is a video to be forthcoming once I get the pistol itself and roll my own cartridges. But yeah, we got my brain stopped working for a moment. Please wait for it to reboot. Hey dude.
Can I help you?
Yes, you can. Can you give me an 1858 Remington? How much money do I have? It's like when you go into the gun shop. How much money do I have, and should I blow it all? The answer is yes. Oh, this makes no sense, but just give it to me. It makes no sense. But yeah, the chick who played Cara Dune, I know what her name is, but it's like not where I can't think of what her name is now. It's like, you know you've gotten old, but you can't remember somebody's name. It's like, I just saw it. Oh man, what is her name? Gina Carano. Thank you, Izmir, for that. Yeah, she got fired from The Mandalorian, and they also canceled her action figures too. And all her opinion was, because I actually looked it up. It's actually kind of sad that there are some people who actually agree that it's, and I'm quoting here, abusive tweet. It's basically that, you know, the Nazis didn't really seize power until the German people hated a certain group and turned them in and attacked them and stuff like that. Sounds an awful lot like what's going on in the United States. I mean, but of course, can't say that.
Caroline and Eric are expecting you at the safe house. Since the Nazis don't know you're here yet, you should stick to the canals and move in the shadows. You might also want to buy a silenced weapon at the black market hideout just down the road. Good luck, mein Freund.
Yeah, it's silencers. Pfft. Repeal the NFA, man. Actually, do I have anything that has a suppressor on it? The answer is no. Hey, it's like real life. I have a Loudner. That'll work, right? Let's see. He'll do it. There's glue. Been a Gina Carano. Ported, yep. I considered getting a Ruger 5.7, but the biggest problem with something like that is you gotta feed a fairly uncommon caliber. I'm just kind of generic when it comes to, like, sticking with 9mm. Although 9mm is difficult to get, so there's that. But I'm looking forward to getting back into black powder, because I really enjoyed my 1858 Colt Navy, also brass frame, because I like the shinies. Let's see, do I have any money to get like a suppressor? Or a silencer? Do you have one of those Maxims?
To replace General Zeta, they'll have a hard time finding someone as strange. There was something...
Someone is strange, eh? So let me guess, he had like, actually no, I better not say that. Let's just put it this way, he probably had some interesting hentai proclivities.
Don't be maudlin. Caroline Becker was sloppy and got caught.
Oh wait, we gotta go save Caroline Becker, eh? Let's see, recoil comp. Let's see, silencer. I'm just... Can somebody lend me a couple $100 so I can get a suppressor? Ah, well.
You and me.
One of these days,
Yep, she didn't say anything bad, but of course, to show that she didn't say anything bad, they made sure to fire her because, reasons. But hey, that's to be expected. It took a lot of guts to say that. It really did, because, you know, she knew she was gonna get...
AJ, I'm glad we found you here.
What'd you think I was gonna be?
Follow us through the tunnel.
Oh, you guys are so dead. But hey, whatever.
Oh god. What the hell is it?
Yep, I knew it. Oh, that was some bad ragdoll. Oh my god, that was pretty crap there. It's like they almost T-posed. But yeah, I mean, she stood no chance. I mean, because the sad part is, you know, it is sort of accepted these days that if someone has a different political opinion to you, that, well, they're gonna lose their job, they're gonna lose their house or their bank accounts, and that's just the way it goes. And no one's gonna speak out against it because they like it. So, yeah. It's sad, but, well, that's where we are today as a country. So, where that goes, I do not know. All I can say is, She is a very, very brave woman for saying any of that, though. Because she is now out of money. Well, no, she's not out of money. She's just not going to make the millions upon millions that she would make, you know, being a actress in a hit TV show. Evidently, she's going to work for old Benny Boy. I don't know how good or how bad that's going to be. I hope she doesn't start a bunch of cringe films, but then again, one takes what one can get, I suppose. Oh, yeah. Pedro Pascal, I knew he was a fairly bad guy when it came to that to begin with, but I kind of ignored that up until Gina Carano got fired.
Watch your back, BJ. The Nazis are watching you very carefully.
As if they weren't before! What up, dude?
Have you noticed the antennas the Nazis are placing all over town?
No, I have
They
not.
are like no towers I have ever seen.
Oh my god, it's 5G! They don't broadcast radio. They broadcast Vice TV. Ugh, that's the true horror. What up, dude?
As I warned you, killing General Zeta will have consequences, Agent Blazkowicz. But not always for you. Caroline Becker will pay the price.
So we should have just left him
I
alive?
believe the Golden Dawn is no longer in need of your services.
Okay, well, fine. Even though I rescued all of you, I mean, that's to be expected. Hey, that's how it always goes. Like, hey, thanks for saving, you know, go fuck off. Yeah, fuck off.
The Golden Dawn is forever in your debt, BJ.
Well, at least somebody here appreciates me. Let's see. Binary triggers. People offend emotions that are closer. Yeah, they pretty much are. And yeah, you know, when it comes to politics, it's just, most people are not going to be like, destroy! But some people are. And those some people will, yeah. It's sad, because I quite like the, character. Just shoot him. I don't know if I'd call the Natsox thugs. They kind of go beyond that. I'm sure that, like, the average guy isn't really a thug, but, you know, the SS and the SA were thugs. The SS in particular were thugs. The brown shirts, a little different from certain groups that thug about today. You gotta feel bad for people in Portland and Seattle. I mean, yeah, they kind of brought it on themselves, but at the same time, I think a lot of them were just not prepared for the level of violence those people like to do. And some people just don't know any better. You know, that suit is crap. Run! Yeah, this game is indeed canon. Caroline Becker shows up in Wolfenstein New Order. Now, the magic stuff doesn't really show up, unfortunately, but it can explain why BJ is able to survive with his muscle mass intact, sitting in a wheelchair for 20 years. Because, like, perhaps Meyer did something to him so he aged slower. But yeah, Caroline Becker is a character, a major character in the next two Wolfenstein games after this. But yeah, Gina Carano and all the rest. Speaking of that, I actually decided I was not going to cosplay as the Mandalorian due to that, and instead I'm making a costume a lot better, actually. Basically a Batman Beyond inspired Mandalorian costume. I'd already been thinking about doing that anyway, but after all that crap, I basically decided just to go with that. Because I did like the Mandalorian quite a bit. And I really wanted to go as that character, but not now. Yeah, compliance is mandatory. Yeah, it sounds about right. They can check my virus passport, I bet. But anyway, all that aside. So yeah, Batman Beyond styled character. Should be nice. I'm glad I didn't actually get the armor until now. Well, I still don't have the armor, but I'm glad I didn't start painting it when this crap happened, because I can only imagine if the Mandalorian even shows up as a show, they're definitely gonna woke it as much as possible after this. And that was one of the things that made that show watchable, was because it wasn't woke. Yeah. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. The wokeness is real. I mean, you don't even have to say anything. The hypocrisy is real as well. I mean, you have people posting on Twitter all sorts of calls to violence, and they never get taken down. It is an aggravation. It should aggravate anyone on any side, is what I always like to say. It's like, there should never be a rules for thee, but not for me mindset. Bellevue, WA, eh? There's actually a Bellevue in Houston. Not Houston, in Texas, I should say. Houston doesn't control everything, yet. But enough about the political stuff. Speaking of which, though, due to the rather stressful nature of 2021, I've selected a number of reviews for this year that should take everyone's mind off of some of the terrible crap going on. I'm going to be doing no less than 4 AVP reviews. Most notably, I'm going to finally review the AVP on Jag, since it works. I finally was able to test it, and the game has a few audio issues here and there, but it surprisingly works pretty well. Okay, are we going the right way? Like, what is the objective, even? Okay, we're making our way downtown to make contact with the Kreisau Circle, so I guess we're going the right way. We're going downtown, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, I mean, they do like to beat people up, and nothing happens to them because, and reasons. But yeah, AVP on Jaguar is, surprisingly good. I mean, I think if the Jag had a better software library, it would have been able to hold it. I don't know if it would be able to hold its own with the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, especially considering, you know, those just so completely dominated the market. But AVP 1 is a legitimately good game. It's a bit old. I mean, it's a little slow here and there, but it's surprisingly good. I mean, I did not expect it to be as good as it is. But one of the crazy aspects of it is 1994, you can choose from the Alien to the Predator to the Marine. It controls way better than you think it would. It's an incongruous game, I gotta say. It's like, I would not expect the Jag to have a game like that. But it does, and it works. I'm really looking forward to reviewing that in a couple months' time. I'm also going to finally review AVP 1 for the PC. There was a review of that, but I had to take it down. And later there will be a review of AVP 2 Primal Hunt as well. And there's a few others, like, well, Wolfenstein here. Going to be getting this done. And also, Battle for Naboo is finally going to be reviewed. That game is ridiculously difficult to the point where I never actually beat it as a kid. You can't... Why? He doesn't... That's not historically accurate. But I don't think Magic was historically accurate either, so... Now, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? Okay, so we went the exact wrong way. Again! I'm not complaining, though, because at least this isn't a linear series of corridors. Ow. That sounds completely unpleasant. And yeah, that is the only way they can win in a fight, because they're all a bunch of soy cretins. But that's to be expected. Stop spawning in, you bastards! Okay, so it must be over here. I'm not even gonna bother fighting you. I'll crush you like an ant later. Okay, maybe that's under here or something. Aha, here we go. It's like, I have chosen to spare your lives for now. You'll have to deal with the Soviets later. It'll be much more unpleasant for you. Ah, here we are. A ladder.
You made it back, my friend.
Well, like it was hard. The spool.
BJ, Caroline has been taken prisoner by the Nazis. A few hours ago, she went to rendezvous with an agent, but it turned out to be a trap.
It's a
Just
torb!
received word she's being held at a castle outside of town.
Of course there's a castle outside of town. Why wouldn't there be?
Rescue raid, and we're counting on you to help us.
You mean you're counting on me to do everything?
Take you to the castle. Together, I know we can save Caroline.
Well, I mean, me doing all the work will save Caroline. And we'll have some sweet... Oh, wait, never mind.
Are we going to have enough men for this mission?
I can't talk right now.
Well, you just talked right now anyway. Okay, where the hell are we supposed to go? Oh, I have to actually walk to somewhere to go to the castle. Or do I? I'm not seeing that showing up on the map.
We can't let the Nazis
Am I just supposed to, like, wait around here
to
for something?
rescue Caroline.
How about it, BJ? Will you join us in our mission to raid the castle and save Caroline? We wouldn't have to move if we hadn't been compromised.
Okay, I guess you would think I would go through that door, but evidently not. Huh. Did this thing break or something? It's like, because you would think you would go through that door, but evidently not. Spider bite. Ouch. Indeed. I actually always wanted to buy a sword cane just because I think they're kind of cool. One of the books I'm going to review this year is a book called Deathlands, where one of the main characters carries a sword cane and a lamette. It's basically, imagine Fallout, but way more hardcore. It actually predates Fallout by a number of years, but I'm not sure if it predates Wasteland, which was the direct predecessor to Fallout. But it's basically Fallout. You know, there's mutants, there's, you know, like various survival... Well, it's a survivalist... No, it was from the 80s, so it's a survivalist novel. So while Fallout is actually kind of cheery in comparison, Deathlands is not. And since it's survivalist, there's a lot of, shall we say, questionable material in it. It's certainly not a woke franchise. What up, dude? Smack him. Oh, come on, dude. How did you survive all those shots? Okay, now where the hell am I supposed to go? Where is that compass point there? Oh, there it is. See, I'm going in the exact opposite direction again. Whoa! Is it the end? I don't think so. It's just going to take till 2014, and then I'll get another game, and you won't be in it. Ah, I still died. Replica of Starchin Sword. Deathlands is only a book. Now wait a minute, hold on a second. If the castle's all the way over there, why did it let me go over here? The annoyance is real. Yeah, Deathlands is only a book series. The last I ever saw of a game was... There was a Deathlands forum that I imagine has long since been shut down. There was supposed to be a Fallout 3 mod for it. Alas, such a thing never came to pass. Deathlands was popular in its day, but by today's standards, it's a bit pedestrian. It's basically the book equivalent to a TV show. It's very much a book equivalent to an old TV show because you have a fairly static cast. Each book is its own self-contained adventure, and usually well, pretty much all the characters survive the various adventures, and it's a very formulaic book series. Basically, in the future of 2001, the world blows out, by which we mean atomic nuclear fire, everyone dies. Along with some sci-fi technology, which I guess in 1988 they thought they'd have in 2001. Because, like, there was Earthshaker bombs and bio-bombs and stuff like that, and when the world blew out, apparently, like, the various coastlines were reshaped and stuff like that. You know, there's giant, like, monsters and stuff that show up. And, like, there's these matter transporters. there's these things called readouts that the government knew there was going to be an atomic war. So basically like vaults, except the vaults literally have Star Trek transporters in them. They do eventually explain that that's alien technology, but each book, as you can probably guess, is they come out of the mat transporter is what they're called, and they go on another adventure. And sometimes the writing can get a little weird, a little strange, very 80s in some respects. One notable scene that I remember, because I did not want to read that. It's one of those things I did not want to read that. Oh, there we go. No wonder I missed it. One thing I did not want to read was one of the villains. Putting up so many radio towers. It's 5G! It's secretly China. Wait, no. They don't cough at me. I'm the only one that's surviving it. But anyway, one particularly, because, okay, this was the 1980s. And there were a number of these survivalist books. And for whatever reason, these survivalist books always like to have, shall we say, some fetish fuel. Because I guess without the internet, that's just what you did back then. And one bit of fetish fuel is, it was a send-up of... Holy crap, we're getting shit blown up all over the place. Was a bit of a send-up of the, ear scene in Wrath of Khan, except it wasn't an ear that was being inserted into. I am not joking. That was a thing that happened. I did not want to read that. And then for whatever reason, the main character is basically Snake Plissken, but not as much of an asshole. So not Snake Plissken. This was indelibly left upon my brain. I don't think indelibly is the right word, but whatever. It's stuck in my brain after all these years. Where literally he remarks on the size of a mutant's member. It's like, he normally doesn't look at such things, but it was just that big. It's like, I don't want to know that! I don't care how big, just shoot the mutant in the face! Don't tell me his dick size! I guess that was the 80s. You just kind of did that, you know? It's like, there was all sorts of weird crap like that in there. It's like, you'd have your fairly typical, you know, survivalist book, you know, the good guys show up and start fighting the bad guys, you know, they go on about the guns. Not Snake Plissken, named Ryan Cordor. He's got like a G12, not a G11, because it's the future, remember? He's got a G12, and I got blasted. Let's see. Dead Island on sale Monday. Small number of zombies. You know, I utterly despised Dead Island. I've played Dead Island all the way through, and I hated every second of it. I know people love it, but I just could not stand that game. But yeah, Deathlands. Just weird little things like that. But it's still a good series if you can ignore that, and don't read them back to back to back. But I'm definitely going to review the first book. The second book isn't bad either. It's where the Soviets invade! Because yes, there's, Soviets that survived the Third World War. Because of course there would be. But there's a bunch of little things like that. Sadly, it just the series just never really went anywhere. It's kind of like, you know, an old TV show. There's never any real events. It's just the same plot every book. You know, they show up, they fight the bad guys, the end. But it's also very much like 40K. Oh my god, there's a guy with a jetpack. That's awesome. Why did people hate this game again? It's like, seriously, people hate on the guy with a jetpack. I mean, this is like the greatest game ever. We're actually attacking another castle. It's like, holy shit. This was hated? This isn't even on Steam. Life just isn't fair. Life's not fair. As the Lion King would say. Cinema snob. It's not, it's just the gameplay. Oh, god damn it. It's just the gameplay so repetitive. I hated, the sequel to that as well. I think it's like Deadlight, something like that. I utterly despise that game. It's better than Dead Island. I'll give it that, but it's not so much better that I actually would want to play that game. Hey, dude. Oh! That actually looks like the design used by that real-life Iron Man guy who actually built some sort of, like, flying suit. You know, I think that's kind of... Maybe instead of, like, building jetpacks, you guys could instead, like, invest in, you know, more ball bearings or something that'll actually help, or, like, synthetic petroleum. Then you might actually, you know, win the war, but whatever. What do I know? Let's see. Dying Light, yeah. Oh, there's an actual Dead Island 2? I thought that was Dead Island 2, but whatever. Yeah, I did not like Dying Light, like, at all. I mean, it's one of those games, now, of course, the obvious question is, well, why did you play it, General? Because I was playing it with friends who really liked it. It's one of those games, it's like, well, everyone's playing it, so I might as well. And yeah, it's one of those games where I barely paid attention to anything and mainly just, well, chatted it up as I normally do. Oh, vaporized. Alright, we're gonna go smash him in the face, as we like to do. Maybe if I just shot him. I actually picked up some 8mm. Oh, damn it! I'm a moron. I actually picked up some 8mm Mauser. I was surprised that I actually found any. Yeah, never give up, never surrender. Alright, Rocketeer bro. Maybe you ought to when you think about the sheer number of resources, they could have actually made some more STGs. Maybe that might help. Probably not. Alright, Rocket bro, you go get shot. Now, there was another 1980s sleazy survivalist book that I didn't actually like as much as Deathlands, called The Warlord. I've mentioned this in a live stream before, but since I'm talking about Deathlands, I might as well mention Warlord. Okay, so basically Warlord, Deathlands makes more sense than Warlord. Alright, so it's very 80s. Like, it's the most 80s things that ever 80s did up. Okay, so the main character is, of course, from the Nam, because that's just what you did in the 80s, which makes sense. But he's from the Nam, and so not only does and also back then people lived in California voluntarily. It seems like an almost alien concept today, but people actually lived in California and thought it was good. But like in like they do in California, when the earthquake hit, the government decided to take all, well, when one earthquake hit, the government decided to take all the guns at gunpoint. Like, literally, the book describes the National Guard showing up and holding people at gunpoint and taking their guns. Now, this is not a political thing, though. That's not a political thing that they do in the book. Instead, it's to get all the guns away in a somewhat, it's not really plausible, but to have a reason for people to not have guns, so that people can use swords and bows and shit like that. And the main character, his signature weapon is a bow, no, a crossbow actually, made out of like brass. But the story itself is just, it's kind of nuts. In short, it's just kind of nuts. Like, the main villain is basically an evil Colonel Troutman, kind of mixed with the guy that was like Arnold Schwarzenegger's Colonel Troutman. It wasn't that great. It's easy to see why no one really cares about Warlord. And like, the first book doesn't even, holy crap, we got a badass over here. Well, not that bad, because I blasted him with that, but whatever. Let's just vape him. Let's just give him a little vape. Let's see. And hello, Ross dude. Yeah, I mentioned Gina Carano. Did I get to Star Wars Clone Wars? Like saying go to hell? Yeah, pretty much. I did talk about Gina Carano. Basically, she was unfairly terminated because she dared speak her mind and say that, you know, when you hate people for their politics, they can lead to very bad things. And that's why she is no longer employed at Lucasfilm, as you would expect. Due to this, I decided to not cosplay as the Mandalorian, and instead I'm going to cosplay as a Batman Beyond DeLorean. I actually already got the Batman Beyond utility belt and the dudes, do we know where we're going? Because I don't. I don't really want to spread out in front of everybody. I'm kind of like, you know, nervous about it. But anyway, I even have the batarangs as well, so... In short, it is not very good. Oh, here we are. Smashy, smashy. And that somehow opened this, I guess? Oh, wait a minute. There we go. I keep forgetting about that. This is a damn fine game. This is definitely more Alpha Prime, in my opinion, than, Wolfenstein The New Order. Wolfenstein The New Order is great, but this game just does so much, and it's just... The gameplay in this is just ridiculously good. I mean, this is a true sequel to Return to Castle Wolfenstein. I was too salty when I noticed that goddamn regenerative health. I mean, you cannot judge a game based upon regenerative health alone. I mean, when literally the gunplay is this good, and there's this many enemy types that you have to fight, and like, it's an actual level instead of a goddamn arena. It's like, this is legitimately good. Now, it's not as good as, say, Return to Castle, but it's like 99% as good. It is definitely just an underrated classic.
Have you seen him?
Let's see. And you're not too late to rock fire seed. Really good batarang, throwing knives. Guns are great in the mission. And indeed they are. But Daily Wire, yeah, I mentioned that. God damn it. I mentioned that earlier. I hope she doesn't do any kind of cringe movies with Benny Boy Shapiro. I mean, people like Daily Wire, and I get it, but I just don't really like the old Benny Boy too much. And some of the other people that work there are also kind of cringe. Like, what was his name? The bald guy, Andrew Clavin, that's his name. Was like, oh yeah, women can't use a sword. And Benny Boy, I think, is just too much of an elitist asshole. Well, I mean, I don't think he is. If you ever hear him talk, he sounds like the most elitist, but whatever. It's good. Daily Wire is a big enough organization that Gina might be able to actually make some... If she could just make, like, a non-Disney styled... If she could, like, do the show she was originally going to do, the, Republic Ranger or something, if she could do that, like, with the serial numbers filed off and not have, like, super cringe writing, it might actually work pretty well. I mean, we'll have to see. But, like, Benny Boy was like, yeah, all males can take on any female no matter what. It's like, sure, I'd like to see him get in the ring with Gina, but whatever. I'd like to get in the ring with Gina. Oh, yes. She's thick just like I like it. Wait, is that sexist? I don't know. Run, stop shooting at me! Shadow Man and Turok Comics. I have not read anything about Shadow Man. See, here's the thing, though. I wouldn't really call Ben Shapiro edgy. Let me put it this way. In the modern era, Ben Shapiro is edgy. In, like, the 90s, he would have just been an annoying, generic kind of... Let me put it this way. The kind of person that Ben Shapiro is, he is someone that if he had been his age in the 90s, would have been decrying The Simpsons as corrosive to the youth. The 90s Simpsons, not the modern one. That's the kind of guy he is. Because I've heard him talk about, like, how he, like, treats his kids, like, he doesn't let the kids have, like, TV or computers or stuff like that. It's like, he's one of those people, you know? The annoying kind of person that's, like, thinks he's too good for everything, you know? So, I mean, will a Gina Carano film under Daily Wire be any good, or will it just be a bunch of crap? Only time will tell. Let's see. Ooh, we have the door. But there's also some other, goddammit, survivalist books as well that I do need to read just to see if they're actually as bad as they appear to be. And one of them is literally called The Survivalist. Original, right? Raynick was quite fond of The Survivalist. And just looking at it, like, it starts out as your typical World War III kind of thing. That's kind of crossed with Red Dawn, because it's where the Soviets invade America and take over parts of it. And then there's like this giant war, and then like it turns into a sci-fi 40K kind of thing. It just sounds ridiculous, and I kind of want to read it. It's Meyer time! Will he eat his hat? Life will find a way. Smashy smashy. Oh wait, can I pick that up? I guess I don't need it. But speaking of 40K, I found a really good fanfic called Imperium Ascendant. The writing is very, let's just call it, ooh, what did we get? A BFG? I mean, this looks an awful lot like a BFG. I mean, we actually got a fucking BFG. Too bad Rage couldn't have a goddamn BFG. I like how the door's locked until I grab the BF fucking G. Life is not fair. It's the... I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. I'm not even gonna attempt it, because I'm just gonna make a fool of myself. Well, more of a fool of myself, let's say. And work's been good. Getting more overtime, which I always like. And by working another Sunday, I'm able to get an 1855 Remington. Specifically a Pieta Repro. With the brass frame instead of the steel, because I do like the shinies. Okay, how do we raise the portcullis? I speak the good Englishes. Raise the gate! Jota! That's what Lucasfilm said, but anyway. Oh, okay, maybe I'm, like, missing something that's super obvious. It's probably not in here. Let's see. Smashy, smashy! Get the fuck out of my way, box! Oh yeah, let's see. Is there anything here? The answer is no. Do I shoot that? No. Sorry. Oh crap, everybody's dying. Everybody's dying. Oh, that's how we do it. Okay. We gotta lure the tyrant. I mean, the not tyrant over here. Come on. Oh, those textures on the tyrant are going nuts. We've gone back to 2003. Would you get over here so your textures look better and you don't embarrass the whole game? Oh man, those textures. Come on, you asshole. Hello. Tyrant. Wait, or am I supposed to like... No, I'm not. I think isn't he supposed to like smash through the gate? I mean, that seems like this is what the game wants me to do. Okay, there we go. Come on, tyrant. Come on. You know you want to smash the gate. At least your textures look better. Yo, tyrant, behind you. Stop puking and turn around. Ah, you bastard. I'll check the chat. It's the, yeah, it's the revolver. Watch the Police Academy. Oh, that movie could not. Let's see, I do not have any 40K figures, and I'm not that good at painting. I'm not terrible, but painting something that small would be difficult just because it would be very difficult for me to see. And I just don't play the actual 40K tabletop game now. Okay, am I supposed to go someplace else? Because he's not coming around over here, so I would assume I have to get out maybe, but it doesn't, that seems very counterintuitive. It's like, maybe I climb up here, I guess? It's letting me, no, it's not letting me do it. No, wait, there we go. Yeah, but this is not where I'm supposed to be. I mean, I just can, so I think I've got, maybe if I've used the Mauser or something more powerful. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If I just got a BFG. I like how I shoot it and it just goes up. Truly, the most powerful BFG ever. Oh my god, it's awesome. Meanwhile, let's just go back to this. I do not know why this has a little star on it, but whatever. Give me all that sweet, sweet ammo. If only this was real life. Well, of course, if it was real life, a lot of real people would be dead, but whatever. Ammo! It's beautiful. It's like a dream come true.
Go! We must find Caroline!
Very gonna choose. Space Marine Sergeant's cross-eyed. Let's see. Yeah, it is pretty fucking cold out here, that's for sure. Okay, so we have the BFG, and it raises the gate somehow. Because when I think BFG, I mean, it's not gonna blow open the door, it's just gonna move it up. I mean, I don't... On the one hand, if it just blew open the door, that'd be kind of cool, but it's kind of funny that it just does that, so it's a little more memorable for it. Give me all that sweet gold. I mean, somebody's got to spend it, other than Uwe Boll. That's just wrong, I apologize. Yes, I stole a joke from one of his films. Oh, you swap to it automatically, okay. A foot of snow, that's just horrible. I mean, it's cold enough as it is here. Because it's gonna be 17 next week. It's like literally people are getting off work to avoid the 17-degree weather because nobody's used to that.
You go save Caroline.
Of course I have to go save Caroline. Why would I not?
DJ, I just heard Caroline. She can't be far.
Really? Would you just let me get to... Oh my. Oh, I think we get to fight Dude Bro now. Oh wait, there's only one way we can open this up. It requires the most advanced piece of technology the world has ever known. Oh wait, no, we can vaporize... Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, I see. Crap. Okay, come on. Let's just... I probably should shut that off. Just barely made it. Oh, let's see, where was I? 40k. I've never actually played 40k the game, unfortunately. It looks like it's a bit more difficult than I would normally like, though. It's a guy in a suit of armor! Smashy, smashy! Their anti-magic field just doesn't work on me. Scenery-wise... Kalamazoo. Now that's a name. Oh yeah, the new Resident Evil with the big tit goth chick, who's now the new tyrant. Well, I can tell you this: if I was going to be killed by anything, at least let me get killed by that. But anyway, Death by Snoo aside, yeah, it's the coldest it's been in many years here. I remember when I was a kid, there was a big freeze. We actually ended up saving some of the frozen leaves just because of the sheer novelty of there actually being something frozen. Sadly, due to a power outage, all that melted, but it was cool to save it for a little while. It's like, it has snowed here a grand total of 4 times in my life, so it's always a novelty when it happens. I was actually able to take a really good picture of the ditch nearby when it was snowing, and it actually looked like some sort of whimsical winter wonderland. Ooh, that should have killed him. I shot him in the head. Now I shot him in the arm, and now he's dead. Blood loss. Close enough. Turned itself to a block of ice twice. Psh. See, like, to me, I'm actually more warm than I am cold, believe it or not, because, like, the heater just really dries out my skin and makes me feel like shit most of the time. It's like, it seems like in the winter I'm more hot than I am cold. But I'd rather be more hot than cold than, like, freezing to death, so there's that. There was one year where the heater was just dead. And it was not pleasant, I can tell you that. Oh yeah, you better believe it. BJ. It's BJ time. Oh wait, no, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Alright, now let us see what we can... There we go. It's like, who needs cover when you've got magic? Smashy smashy! But yeah, earlier I mentioned a fanfic called Imperium Ascendant. Imperium Ascendant is the example of you don't have to have particularly competent grammar skills to make a really good story, because the guy who wrote it has very bad grammar and sentence structure, but it's actually a really good story.
Here comes the spy! Shoot him!
I shot that guy. That should have killed him. I'm sorry, BJ, but your Caroline waifu is in another castle. God damn it. Death head paintings. The fan on or the window open in winter. Honestly, I found fans never really helped. Back when I was a kid, I'd always have one going, but it never really made me feel that much more comfortable. And I don't really like having a window open just because I don't feel particularly safe with that. I mean, that's an obvious point of egress. Now, it's not like I live in a it's not like I live in a crime-ridden area, but it's like, yeah, so much for locking a door, right? When they can just literally climb in through the window. Now, if I lived on a second story, I mean, that wouldn't be a big deal, but this is a one-story house. Oh, this is just such good gameplay. It's a good level. It's like, this is a game that is just so criminally underappreciated. It's kind of like other things, you know, like there's a lot of criminally underrated YouTubers, myself included. But one example of a underrated YouTuber is the Oculus Warhammer 40k channel. I might have mentioned that last week. I don't remember if I did or not. But it's like the best Warhammer lore channel, and it's got like barely any subs, only like 80k. I mean, more than me, but still, for the amount of work that guy puts into it, he deserves to have more subs, that's for sure. Especially when you consider a lot of the other popular ones are, well, kind of crap. Blow him up! It's just not fair. Speaking of random YouTubers, this just popped into my head. There was some YouTuber who I think he was the guy who was making fun of somebody who committed suicide. He became a boxer. A good boxer that like won multiple boxing matches. Like, that's a weird jump, if ever there was one. It's like, for once you were just kind of an annoying YouTube guy, you now became a major sports star. Vaporize him! Alright, where's my rifle? There's my riffle. This is a game that you can just kind of get sucked into the gameplay. It's insane. Utterly insane, ladies and gentlemen. But finally, on the subject of the old YouTubes, I started rewatching the Spoony Experiment. For those who've never heard of it, look it up. Spoony was and still is my favorite YouTuber of all time. He basically did a bunch of game reviews and some movie reviews and stuff like that. And like, he is a legitimately funny and competent YouTube creator. Unfortunately, he got into a breakup and he never really recovered. He just kind of descended into alcoholism and TDS. Which, you know, it's sad, but I kind of have a little less sympathy for him because he eventually did get another girlfriend who was fairly attractive from what I recall, so it's like, I guess he could never get beyond Thunderdome. But anyway, a tired old joke aside, it's really quite tragic what happened, because like, he was getting like $5 grand a month on Patreon, but he just never made anything. But what he did make was really good. Like, really damn good stuff. His Ultima series wasn't particularly good until he got to the bad ones. Like, and then it became hilarious. I'm not entirely sure. Or The Ring, Terror's Realm. That was an age of YouTube that is long since passed, with only dregs such as myself trying to keep it alive. Let's see. Jake Paul or Logan Paul? It could have been one of the others. As a self-portrait of themselves, because why would you not want to look at yourself? When windows are high enough, nobody's climbing in. Well, that's good. I actually prefer sleeping in a colder room myself. I remember we had the heat up at like 73, and it was just awful. Like I would just lay there covered in sweat. Don't let them drop you, eh? Really? It's like Death Head, you know, he knows he's a pimp. $5 grand a month, supposed to be making a movie. They went off the deep end. Yeah, Spoonie became essentially a greasy-haired weirdo. Let's just put it that way. And I do feel bad for him. I mean, even TDS aside, I mean, a lot of he always kind of had, you know, some sajubby kind of thing. Actually, no, I take that back. He did not. You know, I'm not going to say that, because he wasn't a sajub, because he made some jokes that pissed people off. And he got booted from That Guy with the Glasses because they said he made a rape joke, which he really didn't. He made a joke that was off color, but they're supposed to be adults. You know, that's the thing. It was an adult joke, and let's put it this way: when that happened, I was in a relationship at the time with an individual who older fans will know. And she had no problem with the joke. It's just a joke, you know. That was one of the earliest cancel culture things.
Agent Blazkowicz.
Hey, you don't sound like Dwight Schultz.
When I heard reports you were in town, I could not believe my good fortune. Finally, I can have my revenge.
You're forgetting. I'm the one with the gun. Shut that thing down.
Why don't you just shoot him now?
You're not the one giving orders here. Drop your weapon, Agent Blazkowicz.
BJ, use Meyer, shoot the guy in the head, shoot. It's like, did you forget you had magic?
And that is why the Third Reich will triumph, Blazkowicz. We are willing to risk everything to win. Many had thought this device would tear the barrier between our dimension and the Black Sun. But we persevered, and now possess an inexhaustible source of power. With it, the Nazi war machine will conquer the world.
Don't you mean German?
Oh, I tire of his continued existence, Hans. Shoot him!
BJ, run!
Nine! No!
Well, so that's how she's in the wheelchair in Wolf New Order. That's pretty sick. You know, BJ, if you use your stock, you can hit things. Not a turret section! Oh my god, it's like bug-ginas. I get the feeling that is inspired by the old H.R. Giger. I mean, the fact that there's a bunch of Ginas on there, yeah. Oh, these look more like Tyranids. Holy shit. Hey, don't break my turret. That thing costs a lot of money. Those creatures are not in the other Wolfenstein games. Impossible on Death Incarnate. And that's why I only play this game on normal. Because I am not a pro MLG. I do not have shoot the fuck me. Oh, come on. I was shooting the fuck me lights. Oh, wow. He dies as soon as I do. Brilliant. I guess that's a lesson. Really, I'm all the way back here. Skip, skip. Must pay attention to vagina. I mean, seriously, that's awfully, yeah. The Giger is real. Actually, it's looking a little more like Zerglings. Now that's a game I haven't played in a while. Not that I was ever particularly good at StarCraft 2 to begin with. There's just something about that game I didn't quite get for some reason. Don't break my turret. Don't bait me, bro. Among other things. Run, run. It's a good thing there's these turrets placed here. If they weren't, I'd be really screwed right now. Come on, fuck the ah, come on. No wonder this is impossible. Empower ability on the red one. Okay. And there's a graphic novel that tries to... I didn't know there's a graphic novel that did all that. Awesome. Alright, I'll actually save my, There we go. I forgot all about that power. But yeah, that guy with the glasses, Tagatawa, Channel Awesome. That was a time that it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but that was about a decade ago when they were actually relevant. It's kind of like the AVGN and all the rest. You know, they kind of fell in any sort of relevance. I mean, I guess the AVGN is still somewhat popular, but honestly, his quality went down pretty fast. And to be honest, I never liked him as much as I did Spoonie anyway. Oh, those are egg sacs. Oh, delicious. Wait, no. Vape them, bro. This seems oddly convenient. One of the other hilarious Spoonie videos is on the Thing video game. Hence why I don't ever want to review that, because it's like, I can't do better than that. Fuse box counts. It's like, who built that bomb? The Joker? Come on, 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 come on. Yeah, that makes that a lot easier. We must keep penetrating Eggina. Oh, crap. Yeah, they really want you to use those powers. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that Raven Software actually made... Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm so dead. I am so dead. And there's nothing I can do about it. Yep. So Raven Software actually made a turret section, you know, good. That's... Why is this game not on Steam? It's just not fair. It's a sin, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sin. Oh wait, I meant to use Empower. Crap, don't turn it off! Oh crap. I would have blamed the chat! I wasn't paying attention. I blame you, Sugar Ray Ray. I was reading your comment. How could you? How could you? Skip. Okay, hold on. No, shit, no. Well, that, I can only blame myself. I can only blame myself. Thoughts on Quake 4? I already reviewed it and did a live stream of it, so if you want a more coherent thought, it's actually a pretty good game. Like this game, everybody kind of unfairly hated on it because it wasn't like Quake 2 or Quake 1, but it's actually really good. It's actually really, really good. But, you know, everybody just hated on it because it wasn't like the previous games. And I don't think I'll be doing a birthday stream this year, simply because I am not going to have enough time, unfortunately. Because it's gonna, my birthday's on a Tuesday, and I know I'm gonna have to work that day, and then I'm gonna be going out to eat that day, specifically to a Brazilian restaurant. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Portuguese. But it looks pretty good, actually. I'm going to be getting a chicken breast wrapped in bacon. I'm quite looking forward to that. Because, well, breasts are always nice, and bacon, also nice. Shit, shit, shit. If I say shit more, it means I can win. And I have no idea why Mike Matai left the AVGN. My guess is he just didn't really want to be tied with Screenwave or anything like that. Screenwave bought the AVGN rights, and people say, and I'd already said that AVGN wasn't that good to begin with, but Screenwave didn't help, and so Mike just might have been tired of that. There was actually a bit of drama when it came to the AVGN and his various friends and groups and things of that nature, with the AVGN wife complaining that, and I'm quoting here, and this is the thing, you can look this up, that the AVGN group wasn't diverse enough, so that might have had something to do with it, you never know. Eat Empower, you bastard! I'll check the chat after I don't die. Am I supposed to shoot him or what? No. That was a relatively straightforward animation. Yeah, get the fuck back to Kamen Rider. No one's gonna get that. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Was I supposed to do something? That was actually a really good boss fight! Oh my god, it's Cthulhu! So wait, did BJ turn like into a giant monster? Let's see. Or James. Conga, you are Brazilian, eh? I have no idea how you would pronounce something like Fuego de Chao. That's the name of the restaurant. I know I butchered that Portuguese, but what can I say? I butcher English. No language is safe where the general is concerned. Why am I still using that? Eat Tesla, you bastard! By the power of Croatia, I have the power! Okay, maybe I don't have the power. Eat Flammenwerfer! By the power of fire, I have the... It doesn't seem to be working very well, and I died. Let's see. Hold on, combining lever, pump, and bolt action mechanisms. Combining all three? That sounds, complicated. Okay, let's see. Let's use the actual BFG instead of just the STG-44. Alright, you bastard. Yeah, see, now I'm not using 8mm Kurtz, am I? Think you're so good because you got egg sac ginas. Well, you know what? The future may be female, but I've got a BFG. Actually, that was kind of cringe, but whatever. Oh, crap! Stop hitting me with your vagina! This is why you always save your BFG for the boss fight. See, with a boss like this, I would like to have a little dash move. Because avoiding that hit is not easy. Because I can't move fast enough. That's one thing that Doom Eternal did really well, was they had that little dash. Unfortunately, the DLC is just not that great. For which I mean, it's like, really? You have an empowered enemy and an archvile too? Go fuck yourself, game. It's getting kind of sluggish. How many hits is this bitch gonna take? I mean, this wonderful individual going to take. Haha! Well, we successfully orgasmed the wall giantess. Ooh, we have to plant dynamite. Come on, come on, come on, come on, BJ. Come on. This bitch is toast. That was a damn good boss fight. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, this game is not on Steam. Not on Steam. Think of all the shitty games that are on Steam. I love how that truck is just there. Like, the guy was just watching, it's like, should I help him? No, no, you can keep, you'll be good.
I was part of the Kreisau Circle raid on the castle to free their leader, Caroline Becker.
What?
Unfortunately, she was killed in a firefight with Zetta's replacement, Wilhelm Death's Head Strauss. The last time I saw him was back when I destroyed his Uber Soldat program.
Well, Caroline's not dead. She just has to defecate into a bag. I'll read the chat in just a minute, because that looks really weird. Okay, wait a minute. Chow is pronounced as Shaum? Really? That is very weird. I wasn't even close. Wife was a harpy and always overbearing. Not surprised. Deep Space Nine video. Oh yeah, Renee Alba Frenchy guy. Let's see. So, you know, then does it make James basically a dancing monkey? Mostly. See though, here's the question about AVGN. The question right now is was AVGN really that funny, or was it all Mike Matei? I did not know there was a cutscene here, but whatever. Because there's been an implication that that was the case. That it was all Mike Matei who was the AVGN writer, and thus really the AVGN character. It was just James talking, using that script.
What the hell do they do? I don't know, and I don't want to know.
It's 5G!
Sir, the towers are complete.
Stand by.
Oh, they're gonna like supercharge the Zeppelin.
Are they active?
Yes, sir. All the towers are active.
Very good. Return to base immediately.
It's a good thing that phone didn't have a cord, otherwise that might look a little silly. Wow, that animation though. Oh, let's see. I'll look the chat again, then I'm gonna head off. Look good. Much I hate to give Mike Matei credit. Funny since Greenwave took over. Yeah, it's sad, but then again, AVGN was never really my favorite anyway. I always quite liked, you know, like Spoonie and a few others. To be honest, I liked Irate Gamer a little more than the AVGN, especially towards like the 2009-10 era, because Irate Gamer went into a little more detail than AVGN would normally do, which I always quite liked. It's kind of funny, like, Irate Gamer still does things, and his videos really aren't that bad. They're not particularly well written, but they do give some pretty good information, and he at least is passionate about his work. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I am off to bed because I have to go to work on Sunday again, but hey, 1858 Remingtons do not pay for themselves. And so, stay warm, and I will be back next week to do more Wolfenstein. I'd like to do it more, because it's a damn good game, but hey, 1858s don't pay for themselves, so it's the General Lotz wishing you good. Imperium Ascendant, good, Deathlands, whatever, makes you happy.